Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alphawisdom. I'm Mystic Cassandria. We are still with the minor lines. There are many of them. But we're talking about a line that appears, or short horizontal lines that appear below the little finger, Mercury, that padded area below the little finger. And of course, some people refer to it as the marriage lines. Others say affection lines. And then others say just relationship lines. So we're going to cover that, and it takes a lot of material with the examples, so I know it won't finish up today, but we'll continue into next week and we will expand on this. Okay. Of course, as usual, that's your check sheet over to your left, and you can follow along. All right. So I'm including all of the names. There is another name that's also applied to it, and that is the union line. So the line of union, meaning the lines of togetherness. Okay, let's start here. Affection, relationship, marriage. They indicate the potential and possible time frame for an important relationship or relationships in a person's life. These lines are located between the heart line and the Mercury finger and move horizontally from the percussion side of the palm across the mount of Mercury. Here's an example of what it could look like. Okay? The earlier the potential relationship, the lower on the hand it would appear. So it seems like the person starts here according to this example. First relationship. Second relationship. This is longer. I guess that means something. And the third, it is shorter. When reading the hands of people from other countries, if you happen to look at the other hands, where early marriage is common, for example, couples marry at 15 or 16 years of age, we would need to revise our estimate accordingly. So each time frame fits the individual in question. The length of the line not only indicates the potential life of a relationship, but it's important in the person's life as well. So not only do we see here, this is the start of the relationship here. The second relationship lasted a little longer, and the third one ended shorter than the first one. Well, they're learning. They're learning, okay? The relationship may be with a man or a woman, and may not include sex. In some cases, as in the hands of people whose relationship is superficial or psychologically distant, the line can indicate a close friend with whom there is a primary, though not necessarily sexual relationship. For the most part, the relationship involved is not with a close relative, such as a parent, sibling, or child, but with someone who is not a blood relative. Okay, so when you look at these, you're not considering a family member. You're focusing on someone that has no blood relationship with you. And keep in mind, because some people are very, very close to their pets, the lines in question here is confined to human relationships only. Perhaps in the future, we will take it that far beyond that, okay? Continuing. How can we be certain as to whether an affection line indicates a traditional relationship, such as marriage, or not? When we think of traditional relationship, many times that seems to have replaced, in our modern society, replaced the term marriage. But the two people involved are very close, they're in love. It's like a traditional relationship. So you have to adjust your thinking to the individuals whose hands you may be looking at. There is no guarantee that the affection lines indicate marriage lines. Please keep that in mind. Keys for evaluating the relationship line include, all right, so first off, here's our example. That's the placement on the percussion side of the palm. Under the little finger, this little area here, this is a mount, a little fleshy part here. And it's Mercury. Okay, let's leave this. In general, the longer the line of affection, the longer the relationship. And the next one, the deeper the line, meaning well-defined line, is in the person's life, the more important the relationship is. So in the line, if you have it on your hand and you find it's really deep, it stands out among the others. Whoever that was in your life meant a whole lot to you. And it stays with you too. Okay? So we go on. Breaks or islands. Now here's an example of a break. The line just ends and then it continues. And here's an island. This can indicate problems in the relationship, which can lead to termination. It could now. It may not, but it could. So keep that in mind. All right. We're going on to another page. All right, here we have a branch at the end of the line. And here's an example. The line sticks up. Probably wonder, why is that line there? You see, here's the line, relationship line in red, and in black here is this line sticking up. So let's see what that means. When you have a branch at the end of the line, this means that the partners may gradually drift apart. So one can say that these lines and the lines that are a part of that line tend to tell what's going to happen to you with this relationship, what's going to happen in the future. So keep that in mind, okay? When the marriage line drops slightly towards the end, it is believed that the person is likely to outlive the partner. And let's have an example of that. Here it is. It seems to be sloping downward. It's going straight, it's strong, but then it turns. Slight turn. So if you happen to see that in a hand, if you're looking at different hands and you actually see it in yours, it's telling you something. That person's going to just pass away. And that can happen. You're still living and you've got more space. Maybe you will fall in love again. All right. Let's take one more. All right, going on. Major issues like incompatibility, conflicts, lack of commitment, and infidelity are often reflected by islands and breaks on the relationship line. So when there is an island somewhere on this line, there's a problem here. Things are not going as well as you think, or maybe things are going as well as you think. Something is off. So don't take things for granted. Just be aware. Okay? So we'll stop here and we will continue next week on our discussion of relationships, affection, or is it marriage? Or simply just traditional relationship. Okay. So, please give a thumbs up if you like this. And by all means, share and subscribe. Welcome to the new subscribers. It's so wonderful having you here with us. You're part of the channel now. So, love yourself, love and light. Bye.